Hello everybody, and welcome to a new series here on the channel. This is the Create Astral Modpack, and I'm super excited to jump right in. So this modpack is actually a quest-based modpack, so if we go ahead and open up our quest book here, we have a list of tasks that we're going to have to accomplish. The first thing that we can start off with is to actually craft a crafting station. And a crafting table, I believe. Okay, it looks like I can actually choose which one I want to go with. And as a reward, we'll get a white bed and a torch. So I'm going to go ahead and get started cutting down some of these trees. And we actually started out in a pretty cool looking biome. I think it's just a regular dark oak forest. Yeah, it's just a dark forest, but all the trees are sort of autumn colored. It's pretty cool. All right, so now we can go ahead and craft a crafting table. And okay, we used to be able to just craft it into a crafting station, but that's all right. If we just click there, nice, we get our first rewards. So it looks like it's gonna have us dive into Tinker's Construct first. Next up, it looks like we're going to have to craft a pattern. Now, these patterns are from the Hephaestus mod, which I believe is the modern replacement for Tinker's Construct. Crafting those really shouldn't be too big of a deal. If I remember the recipe correctly, should just be 2 sticks and 2 planks, just like that. And we can go ahead and claim our reward, which is the Materials and You book from that mod. And it's already starting to get pretty dark out, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep. And I'm just going to take a quick look through the Materials in You book. It does look like it lists all of the materials and the crafting recipes from this mod, which is going to be really good to know. And so, as you can see here from the Hephaestus mod, we can actually build different types of tools. And this is actually how we're going to be building our starter pickaxe, axe, shovel, that sort of thing. And it lists here the different types of materials that we can use. These are all the tier 1 materials. So we have wood, rock, flint, bone, copper, leather, string, and vines. And we can just sort of see all of the different durabilities, attack damage, all the different bonuses that each of these different parts can actually give us. But in order to actually craft those up, we're going to need a part builder. And this really shouldn't be too hard to get. I may need to chop down some more wood. And I think if I was looking at the recipe, and it actually uses the dark oak coloration there. That's pretty cool. So we have our first part builder. And I'm also just going to go ahead and get started on making the Tinker Station, which is another 3 patterns and 4 planks. So I am actually going to need a little bit more wood. And we can go ahead and craft that just like that. So looking at the inventory here, this is where we'll actually be able to assemble all of our different tools. Unfortunately, we are going to need the parts first, so that's where the part builder comes in handy. I will need more patterns, but just to kind of show off how this works, we put a pattern in here, and we select which type of tool that we want. So for example, I'm probably going to start off with a pick. So I'll go ahead and put that in, and we get the dark oak wood pick head. And I've just gone ahead and chopped down another tree and got the last 2 parts that we need for the pickaxe. So what we're going to need is a tool handle and tool binding. And now we can just go ahead and open up the Tinker Station, find the pickaxe, and just shift click the parts into the inventory here. And look at that, we have our first pickaxe. And I did kind of skip ahead a little bit with the quests here, so we just went ahead and got some fruit salad, looks like, and for this we get the Tinker's Gadgetry and Encyclopedia of Tinkering. Cool. Alright, and just reading the text for the next quest. All my homies hate enchanting early game. Let's get some real man's drip. So I'm gonna actually take a look at the Traveler's Gear recipe. I believe it requires copper and leather. Okay, so that might be here in a little bit. We really haven't done any mining, haven't done any exploring, and wow, the clouds look really good in this. Sorry for that, getting a little bit distracted. I'm gonna pick up my chests here, or my tables, and I think I'm gonna look around for a place that I want to try to get set up just a little bit. And yeah, then we'll get some mining done. Okay, well, I was looking for a plains of sorts, but it is getting dark out, and all I see for miles is trees, so I think I'm actually gonna claim this mountaintop up here. It does have pumpkins, which is pretty cool, and I see some more ores up here, and a few endermen. Yeah, I definitely should have made a sword before doing this. I am kind of trapped in here now until I defeat these guys, which might take a while. One down. And there we go. Nice. Both of them dropped an ender pearl. That's pretty rare. All right, so I think this little overhang for now is going to be our base. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get set up here once again. And I might end up flattening this area out. Yeah, eventually, but maybe not right now. One thing I do need to do, however, is to actually repair my pickaxe. And what we can do is just open up the Tinker Station and drop in a few planks. Easy as that. And the next task on the list is actually to collect a ton of ores. It looks like we're going to need 16 coal, 16 tin, 16 copper, or it looks like we can just click the I understand button. That's cool. I will still go ahead and go mining for all of these, or for at least most of them. Let's go ahead and get started. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and craft a stone pick head, and we'll go ahead and put our wood pickaxe there, and the new head right there, and that'll actually replace it, so that now we have a stone pickaxe, which should make mining a little bit easier. Alright, I've gathered up a good bit of ores here. As you can see, I have almost 2 stacks of copper. But we are going to need a way to smelt it. And the recipe for furnaces has actually been changed in this pack. So, as we can go ahead and look, we're going to need basically 3 raw ore of any type and a few more bits of cobblestone. So that shouldn't be really too hard to make. We have all the copper there and a good bit of cobblestone, and there's our furnace. So I'm going to go ahead and get smelting on some of our copper. And while that is smelting, I think what I want to do is go ahead and craft a sword, which I believe is going to be a tool handle. I'm going to start making all of my tools out of stone. A small blade, I believe. I should really look up the recipe. And it used to be a guard, but maybe it's not anymore. It is 2 rods now. Okay. That's not too bad. There we go, and go ahead and craft a stone sword. And by the way, I'm just going to put some of these books in this chest for now, and I don't think we actually need the quest book. If you just press J by default, it'll actually open it up, and ooh, we actually got some rewards there. Cool, so what I want to do now is actually go and try to find some cows. Hopefully I can find this place again. We do have a map mod, so if you press M, that'll go ahead and open that up. And I have the mini-map off for now. And I'm just going to add a waypoint here. We'll call this home base. So now we'll always know where to come back. The mini-map is also pretty good, as you can see all of the different animals and stuff on the map itself. And it looks like we have some cardinals here. Cool. Oh, it looks like we're pretty close to a swamp. That's pretty cool. That'll actually be pretty nice if we ever need a lot of slime. Now, obviously with Create you can craft slime yourself, but this could be a good way to get it automatically. Oh, and we have a witch's hut. Looks like there's no witch nearby. Oh. Oh. Yeah, there is a witch right there. I'm just gonna take the cauldron and run. Looks like we have some pigs here. And a sheep, but still no cows, surprisingly. Might be a good idea to try to get some seeds. And that way we can lead some of these animals back. And it looks like we got some sugar cane. Nice. Oh, so I was just looking through the recipes, and it looks like we can actually smelt rotten flesh into leather, which is going to be really, really handy. I still haven't killed any zombies yet, I don't think, though. So it might still be better to just try to find a cow. Ooh, that's a deep hole. Wow, that goes down so far. Might have to come back down here later and get some of these materials. Ah, finally a cow. Okay, well I don't have a way to lead it back, but I do know where it is now. It's pretty close to home. And I am actually curious if I'm able to craft regular tools. Yep, I figured I wouldn't be able to. That's alright. So yeah, I just want to... Okay, not that guy. Harvest and replant. I don't think that's what I want. I think this is what I want, the Matok. Matic? I don't really know how to say it. Yeah, it looks like we can farm, we can get logs, dirt, sand, gravel, etc. Yeah, I think this is what I want to craft next. So, looking at that recipe again, it looks like we're going to need an axe head and some sort of symbol. It looks like a round plate. Interesting. Okay, so that's just this guy right there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay. Then we also need the small axe head. And a tool. Tool rod. And just like that, we put these in. And we get our matic. And I just went ahead and smelted up some iron, and I'm going to turn that into a bucket. Alright, while I wait for that to grow up, one of the next tasks that we need to complete is to get 8 iron ingots, 8 copper ingots, which we've already done, get 8 tin ingots, 16 andesite, and 4 blocks of clay, which really shouldn't be too hard. Now, we do already have some raw tin here that we can go ahead and smelt up. I have used my iron already, so I don't know if that's going to count. Okay, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like we have 5 so far. Doing some math. I'm going to have to try to find some more. That is a beautiful butterfly. Hello, friend. So I didn't manage to find any iron down in the mine. So I'm gonna try to look at the surface again. I did see, I think it was in the opposite direction, that big crater, but I did see a few other patches of exposed ores. Hopefully there's some iron in them. Ooh, there's emeralds here. I can't actually mine that with a pickaxe, or with a stone pickaxe. So we'll have to come back for that. I think right there, is that iron? It's so hard to tell. That's copper. I'm not really used to these new textures for some of these ores. Nope, that's just copper. Oh my god, that skeleton is shooting me with a gun. This is actually my first time using the sword too. Nice. Ooh. Oh, we actually got it. Cool. Oh, it doesn't reach very far, does it? Let's try that again. Oh, nice. I guess it is just basically a reskinned bow. Just still pretty cool. Ooh. My hardcore skills came in handy there. I did only live on half a heart though. Yeah, I don't know if this cave has any ores, and I'm so hungry, and I'm so out of health. Oh, swing on these swords is a little bit weird. It feels a little more realistic, I kind of like it, but... Ah, dang it. Still only copper. There's a pretty good chance I die here. Yep. Ah, dang it. It does look like we have gravestones in this mod pack though, which is super handy. Oh, it looks like we also have wild carrots in this. Which is from the Farmer's Delight mod. Nice. That's actually one of my favorite mods that adds like different types of food and stuff. So hopefully we get a good chance to dig into that later. Alright, I think I'm gonna try to make my way down to the bottom of this cave here. Hopefully I don't die. I thought that was iron for a second. And there's a lot of copper in this area, but not a whole lot of anything else. I might just need to keep going deeper. Oh, there's some zinc. Can't mine that yet. There we go. Finally some iron. I'm pretty deep down in this cave, so hopefully I can find my way out pretty easily. And I also found some andesite here, which should bring us a little bit closer to completing that quest. I think the only thing we're going to need after this is clay, which we can find a ton of over here in the lake. Hopefully. There we go. There's some right there. And I believe we only needed 2 more iron ingots. So as soon as this one smelts up, we should be able to turn in that quest. That's weird. One more. It seems to be stuck on 5. So it looks like you do need all of them in your inventory at the same time. And we only have 7. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go and find some more, and then we'll be back. And here we go. That should be the last one. And there was no rewards for it. Yeah, a zombie dropped an ingot, so I didn't have to go too far to find one. So I thought that doing that quest didn't actually unlock anything, but if I open up my journal again, and there's actually this sort of sidebar, I'm gonna actually pin that just so that it stays open, but it looks like we actually unlocked a second page to the quest book. And oh man, this is where we actually unlock Create and start doing all the quests for that, so that's gonna be super, super fun. And we can actually just go ahead and complete the first quest here, which just rewards us with 100 XP. Just like that. So I'm actually going to read this page. The world of Create is one of machinery, industry, and automation, and is the backbone of this mod pack. This chapter will introduce you to the basics of Create and what new blocks are available to you. Due to the scope of Create, this questbook cannot cover the full extent of what's to know about Create. Thankfully, hover over any Create block, whether it's in your inventory or in the REI screen, and hold W for a detailed explanation of how its mechanics function. If this still isn't enough, feel free to look up videos. Resourcefulness is a trait to be proud of. Each successive chapter will introduce more complicated recipes and materials, challenging you to create bigger and more intricate manufacturing setups. Cool. So this sort of leads into what this mod pack is all about. Now, obviously, as you probably have guessed from the title, this mod pack is all about the Create mod. However, it is about a little bit more than that. I can go ahead and type in Astral, which is the other half of the name, and this, oh man, this is actually a space mod. That's right. By the end of this series, and hopefully sooner than that, we'll actually be able to go to space. And I am super excited for the prospects of going to space, because I haven't actually done that since, since Galacticraft, I think? Maybe 10 years ago or so by this point. Maybe 5 years, but still, that's going to be super, super nice and really fun. So I hope you guys stick around for that long. I know that some of my other series haven't lasted as long as that. But I do plan to make as many videos as I can for this series. Obviously, no promises, but I do think that the series is gonna keep me interested in it longer than most of the other ones do. And that's mostly because of the quest book. A lot of the times I don't really know what to do next, and I sort of end up thinking about it for a very long time, and then yeah, just nothing happens with the series for a while. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end today's episode. In between episodes, I do want to do a little bit of mining and getting just a little bit more infrastructure set up here. Maybe flatten out this cave a little bit. We'll see how that goes, though. I'm not going to work on any of the quests, though. So yeah, all of the progress in this mod pack is going to be done inside of the episodes. Now, in the next episode, I do want to get started on Create as soon as I can. We may need to do a few things before that, such as getting a iron pickaxe, so we might end up getting into Tinker's Construct a little bit more, although that kind of looks like it's going to be at the end of this chapter, so we might just make our way through this chapter as quickly as we can, just trying to get to the end of it, and eventually ending up getting some better tools. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.